Hello everyone, David here from Wave Trader. Today I'm going to analyze how to look for trades, and I'm going to begin from the monthly chart. Now remember, when you are on the higher time frames, if you are an intraday trader or a day trader, your bias is to look for daily trades, okay? So don't be afraid of what you are seeing on the monthly or the weekly or even the daily chart. You are just looking for an intraday trade. But it's always good to start from the higher time frames. This gives you an overall idea and puts you in confidence of where you are going. So right now our focus will be on the latest monthly candle, and right now we can see at a glance that price is in an uptrend here. Okay, we have a 1 2 3 situation here, a wave bottom situation. EMAs have crossed here, the golden cross. MACD has crossed, so it's okay. This is a good uptrend situation, and the current candle is bullish. So what we are going to do is focus on this candle, and I have a way of analyzing each candle from the higher time frames to give me a very good chance of getting a good trade. So what I do is I anchor this button. Okay, this is the button that controls that arrow. It's called scroll the chart to the end on tick incoming. Okay, so if you click this, you can't see it anymore, so you have to click it off, and then it shows. Sometimes it will be somewhere here, so you have to look for it. So right now what I'm going to do is isolate this candle and anchor it so that we can actually see what's going on. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the weekly and see what's going on. All right, so from if we look critically at the key junctions where price bounced off, you can see that there seems to be a reversal formation, like railroad tracks or hammer bars, like a hammer bar here, railroad tracks here, railroad tracks here, uh, a hammer, okay, an inverted hammer and a normal hammer, and here we see railroad tracks. So if you see a railroad track bouncing off of the 55 EMA in an overall uptrend, you can be pretty sure where price is going. If I were to do this, connect at least 2 swing points, okay, you can see that we are in a general uptrend. Okay, so the overall trend is up. So now we have price bouncing off of this uptrend, the EMA, and a reversal pattern, okay, a railroad track. So this gives you good confidence. So now from the weekly, we can tell that our bias is to go long. So what I'm going to do is move this line here to the latest weekly candle, move my anchor to that point, and then I'll go lower to the daily. So now we can see more definition. Okay, so of course you have to understand that all these candles, these are daily candles, so you could have easily made good trades here, but since we are looking for an intraday trade, our focus will now be on the latest daily candle. So what do I see on the daily chart? Price is kind of motion around on the 55 EMA. That's what's accounting for this, and you can see that there's a little play of activity here, meaning that the support and resistance is a little bit fierce. But once price breaks above this, we are going to have a very good move upward. So what I see on the daily chart is the MACD has crossed. We have the beginning of a wave bottom. I can do this. This is a large one, and this gives us targets to at least this point. At least from the daily point of view, if you were to make this trade, it gives you about 235 pips, which is a lot. So it's good to consider trades like this, because at least if you were to make this trade, even if it takes you a couple of days to a week, even more, you bank some good money here. So what we're seeing here is a golden cross on the MACD, golden cross on the 21 and 5 EMA. So what we're looking for is an opportunity to go long. So what I did was to draw a trend line here. So once price breaks this trend line, I have confidence to place a long trade. In this case, I will place a swing trade In other words, it will take a couple of days, but I can still look for a smaller trade. So what I'll do is I'll go to the 4-hour chart, and so you can see what has happened here on the 4-hour is we have a very good wave bottom situation here. So if I were to put in my price targets for that one, 1, 2, okay. So you can see that all the way from where the EMAs crossed to this point, price has moved about 170 pips. A very good trade. You could have taken this to the bank and just forgotten about this chart, but since we're unlucky enough to miss that, this is where we are. So we have with 1, 2, this whole thing here is wave 3. Now we are in the 4th wave, and it's very tricky to get entries in the 4th wave. In fact, personally, I've been stopped out twice this week by trying to get in trades in a wave 4 situation. So now what I'm going to do is wait for price to break above this trend line on the 4-hour chart. And as you can see, the MACD is crossed and going down for now. We are not going to get a cross on the EMAs going up, so you are just going to have to rely on this cross going back up for the MACD. In other words, you are going to get a golden cross just like this here, somewhere here, and then price is going to break up above this trend line. So if you wanted to take this trade, say you were not watching your computer, the best thing to do is to place a buy stop here, something like this. Okay, you can place a buy stop here to take you into this trade if you are not watching the trade, but I'm not going to do that. I just put that as an example for you to see. So what I will do is I'm going to go lower. Okay, now I've found a possible buy situation, so I don't need this line anymore. I'm going to delete that. Okay, let's take out this to make the chart a little bit clearer. Okay, there we go. Let's go to the 1-hour chart and have a look. So this is why it's good to start from the higher time frames. If I were to come here straight, I open my trading platform and I come here, the first thing you're going to see is, hey, we have a good 1, 2, 3 situation. You know, I could do this. I could say, hey, this is number 1 point and this is the number 2 point, and price is going down and I'm going to make $1 million from this trade, yada yada yada. You know, I'm going to make 123 pips and it's all good. No, it's not all good. You are going to have to analyze your trades from the top to give you a very better chance of success. So now that we've seen it this way, if I decide to stay on the hourly chart to take this trade, what I'm waiting for now is a golden cross on the MACD and a golden cross here. Okay, say price were to turn somewhere around here now, then that means maybe this will be my number 1 point, and this will be my number 2 point. Somewhere around here might be the number 3, as long as it doesn't go below this point. So if we were to do that, hypothetically speaking, you will see that it's a very good opportunity. Now once price turns back here and we get the confirmation, the EMAs cross, the MACD cross, you can take this trade. From here to this point is just about 24 pips, and if we were to go to the 4-hour chart and analyze, you could see that from the break of the trend line up to your number 2 profit target, that's about 75 pips. 75 pips with a possible stop loss of about 20 pips. That's a very, very good risk to reward ratio. So this is a good way to analyze your trades. This gives you confidence. Okay, this gives you confidence to wait for the trade. And also when you enter the trade, let's go back to the 1 hour. Now you are not afraid. You know you are on the right side of the trade. You are in a trending situation and not trend in this case. So you can easily just sit back and wait for this to turn back. And now for those of you who are subscribed to the Apex Alpha trade alerts, these are the kind of trades that we send out. We analyze these things critically from the monthly to the weekly to the daily to the 4 hour and then to the 1 hour. And then we send out this alert. So when you get the alerts, be quick to act on them. You can actually analyze them for yourself, but we've actually done that already. So you don't have to be scared. And for those of you who are not subscribed to the Apex Alpha alerts, these are the kind of powerful trade setups that we send out. And our subscription rates will not break your back. So there's no reason for you not to enjoy this. You can have your day job and still be making good money from trading the Forex. So I hope that this top-down analysis was helpful. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email us. That is www.apexalpha.com. Thank you very much and have a blessed week.